We know it's a tough time for all entrepreneurs, so let's lend a hand. Talk with Rams Live gives you an opportunity to advertise your business. Send us a 60-second video describing your business to 067 271 8239.
Good day, my name is Bongitsele.
Sane Manani,
Everyone, this is Batabile Mumeki.
Hi, my name's Alon Reyes.
Or else, uzoitola kanjani?
Temba was in the park this afternoon when a woman came up to him and said, "Excuse me, sir, but are you taking photos of me on your iPhone?" "Yes, I am, ma'am," Temba said, "but it's not what you think." "So what is it then?" she asked. "It is a Samsung Galaxy," Temba replied. Good evening and welcome to Talk with Rams. Thank you for choosing to join us for the most powerful 30 minutes of digital content you can ever get. We are on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and you can also find our programming on YouTube. We are Talk with Rams on all platforms. Talk with Rams Live is brought to you by Kana Coffee, the most delicious and best tasting coffee with extreme health benefits. Manufactured by the Kana Coffee Company, this coffee has potent, creamy, and long-lasting flavors which are low in acidity and delightfully romantic. To buy Kana Coffee or acquire the Kana Coffee franchise, call 082-730-4112, 082-730-4112. It is Opportunity Tuesday, and we do what we do every Tuesday. We bring you a special gift made specially for you hustlers and SMEs, and today is no different. But as usual, we always start with a 5 minutes of fame for an SME that deserves a bit of plug. We call that feature the Quickie. Tonight's feature was pre-recorded, so take a look. And for you on Instagram, it is already on IGTV. We'll see you just shortly after this clip. The saying goes that if you can solve any problem, or if there's a problem to solve and you can solve it, you can make it in business. The greatest entrepreneurs solve problems. They don't do things because they like them. They do them because there's a problem somewhere. Now let me personalize this. I've always, shunned washing my hands at funerals. I just thought it just too much and we are all sharing the same thing. And I've always said, it's okay, but I'm not doing this one. And I'm so glad to find that, by the way, and it's not a new thing, these gentlemen developed this product years ago, that there's a product called MoWash, mobile hand washing basin, and two gentlemen, innovators, I'm gonna call them that because that's innovation, this, Godfrey Sono and Partner, came up with this product. Their companies, Kosini Properties. And the motivation actually was as if they were listening to me, that Rams is not liking this thing. He does not want to be washing his hands in that basin that gets dirty after 400 of us go through it. But their basin is much more than funerals. It has gone much further and it has become a commercial product. Good evening, Godfrey. Thank you very much for joining us on the Quickie, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, Rams. It's good to have you interviewing us, and good evening to the listeners.
So you guys manufactured this, or you went to China and found a prototype somewhere, brought it to us?
Okay, Rams, I'll start by saying MoWash is a proudly South African product. Yeah. Everything that is in there, it's locally manufactured. We manufacture the casing, which is the enclosure. We put together the circuit. We also have a patent for the product. So it's a proudly South African product.
Your backgrounds, that you and SMME, I mean, are you guys engineers or some kind of people that are so inclined to develop stuff like this?
So I'm an electrical engineer by qualification. SMME is an automation engineer. So we are inclined to think that way. So we're basically engineers. And I think we had an advantage of some sort building up this unit.
So you started in which year and how exactly?
So we started in 2012. We built our prototype then. It was a very heavy unit made out of steel. We used to take it to funerals, getting people to wash their hands. After that, people would move it to where they are sitting for the VC nons, and they would use it to wash their glasses, continue padding. And we put together a business plan that was taken to funders out there, and we were fortunate enough to get funding. And we manufactured a unit that was made out of fiberglass in 2012. In 2013, and that was the first batch of units that were out in the market, and we were at events. The first big event that we did was 702 Walk the Talk. And funny enough, we brought the units there. They didn't pay us a cent. But the following year, they came again looking for the same units, and we said, we can't do it for free again. And they went back, they consulted the environmental health officers, said, no, you can't go ahead with this event without the units. And they came back and they paid. And luckily, that was our first corporate client. Already we had funeral parlors and families that were booking our units for their funerals. And those have never left us. They always come back to book their units. And now COVID happened, like we had foresight for this. The units are now in demand.
Yeah, it is all as if you knew something's going to come that's going to make this product a product in demand. But the question is, I mean, I told you why this product makes sense to me. What was your motivation to do it? I don't think that you had spoken to me. I meet you for the first time today.
So back in 2012, you know, we've got funerals that we attend, and as custom, our culture, you go to a funeral the day of the bereavement, you come back from the cemetery, people gather, you eat, you have to wash your hands, and you know, it's a custom. And we could not take it anymore. And I said to Sbu, how do we continue washing our hands in such soiled water? Let's come up with something. And that's when the concept was birthed. We built a unit that was, like I said earlier, out of steel, and it worked. It proved the concept. And that's why we got funding for it.
How's the business doing? So it's been what, 8 years, if we include from prototype development to where we are now?
Yeah, so our market, it's a very tough market. We need to educate our market. So it has been a tough journey educating people on why do they have to wash their hands with soap and running water, not recycled water, but running water, clean running water. And it has been a tough journey, but now with COVID, we are now in the map. People are calling us, people are looking for our products. Competition seems like it's hard now. We never had competition. We've got people cropping up all over the corner with tanks and all sorts of solutions that are even more expensive than we have. And we are offering a Porsche, and people are coming with a Beetle, but they still get the business. But there are those who believe in us, and they are taking our units.
Well, speaking of which, what is the value of your Porsche?
So the value of our Porsche, look, during COVID, since COVID, we dropped our price to 12,500, including VAT for our touchless units, the user sensor. And we've got a foot pump unit that uses a foot pump, like I said, and that's 5,500 inclusive of VAT. And that comes with support as well. We support the units. And
so is that purchase point? Is that purchase price, or is that list price?
It's purchase price. If you wanna list the units, depending on the number of units that you wanna rent, they range from 1,500 to about 500 rands a unit. So depending on the number of units, yes.
Has government noticed you? I mean, especially in this time.
Government has not noticed us. Probably we don't have the right relationships or connections, I don't know. But we've tried to reach out to them. And we are calling on them. We say, guys, we are here. Schools, we can deploy to the schools. Children can have normal, clean water to wash their hands, not sanitizers that affect their hands. And we've got construction companies that have booked our units. We've got private hospitals that are using our units. The Live group, they're using our units. None of the government hospitals are using our units. We were at Charlotte Mateche, they had our units there for about 2 months. And we had given to them for a demo, and they came back and said, guys, we don't have money, but we love the unit. So we are thinking of maybe sponsoring a couple of them, but we are saying to government, guys, come, we are available, we can assist.
How far is your reach? Are you only in Gauteng?
We are in Gauteng, but we've got units in Cape Town as I speak to you at the power station, Eskom power station. We courier the units there.
So you can reach anywhere, really.
We can reach anywhere, sir. Because we
It's a
send
brilliant
the unit.
business, man.
Yes.
I mean, I have no doubt about it. No, and you don't have to worry, by the way, this is a visual medium. So we've got visuals of the basins on the screen as I speak to you. People get to see them. People can see what we're talking about. It's not just me and you talk. So
yeah.
How do then people reach you? Because I can tell you now that they know about it from this platform, they should be able to reach you.
Yes, sir. So they can reach us on 2 numbers that I'm going to give to you now. Okay. It's 011 568 5202, right? And our WhatsApp number, I'm giving it to you now.
Take
it's
your time.
082 08 519 9349. If I can repeat, 082 519 9349. And the landline number again, 011 568 5202. That's it.
Godfrey Sono.
Say.
I know you say that it's tough. There's competition. It's a Porsche. But I can tell you from where I sit that when you have innovated a product like this, you will stand the test of time. History will prove you right. And this business, More Wash mobile hand basins, will grow from strength to strength. I have no doubt about it. Well done, mate.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you very much for chatting to us. We shall repeat all your details on all our platforms, and they shall find you, and we'll push it to the right people too.
Thank you, Rams. Thank you,
Have
sir.
a good evening. Chap.
Cheers. Bye.
Good Rams. My name is Luzugonethe from Eastern Cape, from Nelson Mandela Bay, and I'm living with disability. I have a registered business from 2016 that I have with me that does cross-cutting servicing and hygiene cleaning, and I'm currently working at Trusted Freight Rail of Port Elizabeth. Since I'm living with disability, I do not want to depend on tenders, and I need to venture on being a property developer and create my own properties of my own, and have my own properties of my own, and create a student accommodation. And with that being said, I need to be supported financially with an amount of 5 million rand up to 10 million rand, and I have already written contracts with them already, and I need to maximize my business profits for none other than positive growth and create job opportunities and make profitable income. Thank you very much. Talk with Rams. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Sipho Ini. I'm the founder of the company called Sipho Ini Brands, which we do for Ini brand and Skawara brand. We're basically a local clothing brand. As you can see what I'm wearing, it's one of our brands. If you want to get hold of us or interact with us, you can contact us or interact with us on social media. On Facebook, we are Sipho Ini Brands. On Instagram, we are Sipho_Ini Brands. Thank you.
Remember, you too can be featured here on Talk with Rams Live. Just take a 60-second selfie video. Tell us about your business. Send the clip on our WhatsApp line 0672718239. And Bob is your uncle. We give it to you for free. So move on, or else that opportunity goes to somebody else. So applications are open for the Aid Crashers initiative that seeks to help small businesses affected by COVID-19 get back on their feet as the country gradually reopens its economy. Mona Lisa Sibongile Zwambila, is founder and CEO of Riverbed, the brains behind Ad Crashers, and she joins me to talk about this initiative after we waited so long for a very, very long quickie. Mona, good evening, and thank you very much for joining me.
Good evening, Rams. Thank you for having me, and hi to everyone that's listening in.
Thank you for being on this platform. We truly appreciate it. I want to start first with Riverbed. You know, I'm not going to have a guest here who gives me their time and not give them a bit of time to tell us about their organization. So let's give you that moment to shine about
Thank
Riverbed.
you.
Who is Riverbed?
Riverbed, well, we are a through-the-line agency, so we do everything from advertising, PR, digital, etc. I think our biggest claim to fame currently is that we're the largest Black female-owned agency in the country. And that's been a 13-year journey, so it's taken a while to get here. Wow. And I think, you know, the success of that really is based on the people at Riverbed. So I've got a great team of creatives, strategists, PR people, etc., that have all really been part of the journey and the success that we managed to achieve this far. So we all about ideas and really the power of ideas. And I think that's where Ad Crashers was born.
Brilliant. Now I know more. I've known a few people who've worked in your agency. I have lived my life in the media, so I've got a million press releases to prove.
So yes, I'm sure you've been bugged by a lot of my peeps. But and they've managed to get me on your show, so they're clearly doing something right.
They're doing very well. I promise you, Tsepiso had a gun to my head, and I, you know. But
Tsepiso's getting a raise.
But for a project like this, you didn't have to try hard. I promise you, I saw it once and I thought, wow, I love it.
I'm glad to hear that.
And therefore, let's talk about the project, Ad Crashers.
Yes. Ad Crashers, well, you know, like you said, and just a big up to you as well, Rams, for giving small businesses a shout out on your show. I think it really is important right now. So we're in good company on your show because I think we have the same ideology, which is really great. You know, Ad Crashers really was born. I mean, we thought the idea up as we were heading towards level 5, actually. And it was really born out of the idea that said, you know, we're going through this really crazy time. This pandemic has obviously impacted all of us. And just as an agency, it was important to see what we could do. I mean, what's interesting really is that I'm just in terms of my journey, I completely understand what small businesses go through. I've had, you know, lots of trials and tribulations over the years, and I think as a result of that, have a very strong understanding. Even as Riverbed, we're going through challenges, and so have a really strong understanding of what small businesses are going through right now. But you know, as an agency, we really just all put our heads together to say, you know, what can we do in this context, and that's where Ad Crashers came to life. As I said earlier, we truly believe in the power of creative ideas and the power that comes with being able to solve business challenges. And if we truly believe in that, what can we do? And Ad Crashers really came about just in terms of thinking that. And what is Ad Crashers? It really is an opportunity that we're giving to small businesses to be able to do their advertising for free. The big bonus, though, is that it's one thing, as you know, to do a radio ad or to do some digital advertising. The big cost really comes in being able to get media, you know, to get that radio played, that radio ad played on air, to get that billboard, etc., around the country. And that's really the benefit of Ad Crashers, because from a Riverbed perspective, we've committed to doing 10 free, what we call through the line campaigns for 10 SMEs. Wow. But we've also managed to partner with some big players who are providing free media inventory to the businesses that we create adverts for.
Please mention those partners. They need the
they definitely do. So you know, for radio currently we have Kaya FM on board, and they've committed you know, some of their media inventory to the 10 businesses that we do radio ads for. We've also got Vodacom on board, and Vodacom we know do a lot in the small business space. They're providing us with digital inventory, so everything from your SMSs right through to your digital display banners, etc. So digital we know is a really important piece, especially now in COVID. Most people are on their cell phones. Mobile is a big player. So we've got some digital inventory, which is great. And, you know, Vodacom have come on board to really assist us in that regard. The two other big players are ProVantage Media Group. They are in the out-of-home space. So, you know, your billboards on highways, etc. ProVantage are great in that they also are providing us with inventory in your taxis. So taxi TV, your billboards at taxi ranks, etc. We've got that inventory. And then JC Deco, really one of the biggest players in the country in terms of your out of home. So we're getting digital inventory, we're getting inventory on your highways, you know, in your leading up to your malls, etc., within your retail spaces. So we will really be able to provide our small business owners with quite a big campaign, a campaign that a small business owner wouldn't be able to afford. And it really is a campaign that is crashing your big business, and hence the word ad crashes, because we're allowing small businesses to crash the big business party.
It's beautiful.
In a
now,
nutshell.
Mona,
Yeah.
you don't have to tell me. I think COVID, other than pharmaceutical companies, I think all of us have bled through this time. And I have no doubt that if I look at your balance sheet tomorrow, I'll see that Riverbed had a tough time. But you still do something like this. I mean, how much are you putting behind this thing in spite of what you've been through?
Yeah, look, everything we're doing pro bono. All of our partners have come on board pro bono as well. So it's obviously a lot of our time. There's obviously a cost to that time. And, you know, if we quantify it just in terms of, we also created the website that you've got your, you know, your viewers, you know, that can go onto the Ad Crashers website. So look, I mean, honestly, from a Riverbed perspective, in terms of the time, you know, the creation, the ideation, the building of the website, capturing all the data in terms of all the applications, creating 10 through the line campaigns, that's easily for us in excess of R1 million worth of time. Obviously, in terms of our partners, the media inventory they've contributed collectively is sitting at around probably close to R5 million worth of media inventory. And that's what we're really bringing to the party in support of small businesses. So it's really allowing small businesses an opportunity to shine, like you said at the beginning, to really give them a platform to be able to promote their businesses in a way that during this time they really wouldn't be able to do.
We have a few SMEs who follow this platform. You know, it's not a big number, it's just about 30,000 or so. You are only going to pick 10, and I hope 1 or 2 of them would come from us. But what is the criteria?
You know, the criteria, we've tried to be quite flexible with the criteria, because we understand the need really is great. I mean, one of the reasons, I think maybe to take a step back, one of the reasons we've chosen really to support small businesses, because we understand their contribution to the economy. We understand their contribution to employment. I mean, you know, small business, the SME sector contributes over 60%, you know, to job creation in this country, which is over half. So we're contributing more than what big business contributes in terms of employment. And that's a really big number. We make an over 20% contribution to GDP. And it's really in that context that anything we do to help small businesses will have a direct impact on the economy. And so that was really important for us. So in terms of the criteria and how we select them, we want to be sure that we're selecting people that serve to benefit the economy, benefit unemployment as well. And so the criteria, ideally, we want SMEs that are employing people, because we know then not only are we helping the SME survive, but we're also saving jobs. So that's an important one for us. We want them to at least be employing anything from 5, you know, upwards in terms of number of people. The small business definition normally is the employment of people between 10 and 50 people. So that's an important factor. Obviously, sectors are important for us as well. They need to be in a consumer-facing sector. We know the hardest hit currently are it's retail, it's tourism, manufacturing. So within those sectors, we're very keen, you know, to get SMEs applying. Over and above that, we have since extended, you know, the scope to also include, you know, your hairdressers, and your restaurants, etc., because, you know, as we know, they were very late to the game in terms of being able to actually open up, and we believe that they also need a bit of a leg up. So we've extended it, and I think that's one of the reasons we've extended our call for applications, is just really so that we can get quite a wide spread of different industries and different businesses coming through to our portal.
How do they then apply?
So they need to go to our website, www.adcrashers.co.za. We have a lot of information on the site. We've got quite a detailed application form, but it's a simple one to complete. There's a verification process that we manage internally. And from that, we are then able to select, the business owners. And that's really the process. What I would, my plea is that when people fill in the form, they take the time to really give thought to what they're completing. There is a section where we ask the question around why would this benefit your business? It's important that we know that the advertising will benefit them, and it's not something that's going to waste. And so we look at those responses quite closely to be sure that we're selecting people that will actually benefit from this.
Once they've been selected and the ads have been put together, the campaign goes on. How long then how much airtime do they get over what period of time with your partners like Kaya FM?
Yes, we're looking at a 4-week period. We'd probably look at a 2-week radio burst, based on the inventory that we're getting from Kaya FM. And then digital will be longer, probably between 4 to 6 weeks. And then obviously out of home, we will also be a 4 to 6 week period. I think what's great about the inventory that we have is that we can be quite targeted about what media we give to us, to our small business owner. We need to understand who their consumer is, who their customer is, so that we know for sure that if we're, using taxi TV as an example, that's where their customer is. If we are, I know airports aren't open yet, but if we're in airports as an example, we know that they perhaps looking at a business, customer. So we want to be quite targeted. We want to put the same rigor into this process as we do with our clients. To really, as I said, just give them an opportunity to be able to create some value from this.
This is a brilliant campaign and initiative, Mona. I have no doubt about it. And this is impromptu, so I have not thought much about this. Yes. We shall give airtime to all 10 that you pick. We'll talk privately about how long they're going to feature on the show. They will also be on this platform.
That is great. You can contribute. Rams, thank you so much. That is, you've made my day, probably my week. I think anyone from my team listening are really excited. That's amazing. Thank you so much. We'll definitely be giving you a big shout out on all our platforms for that. Thank you.
Compared to what you and your partners are doing, this is just a drop in the ocean. But
no, thank you. I think every bit counts. Every bit counts. Really appreciate that. I mean, to your point, Look, I mean, the part of the journey is exactly this. Every interview I do, every connection we make, it really is about seeing what people can do. We've spent a lot of time, a lot of meetings, really presenting this to big business. For the number of businesses that have come on board, there's probably been a good 30 or 40 that haven't come on board, and we've been continually knocking on the doors of big business. A lot of them love the idea, but, haven't been able to commit. And it really has been a very, it's been humbling, especially when we get people, coming on board, but it has been challenging in that we've knocked on a lot of doors and not all of them have been open. So I promise you, we're very appreciative of what you're offering us today.
Mona Lisa Spongile, thank you so much for your time. Guys, the details are on the screen already. Do enter. But thank you, Mona, and congratulations to you and your team and everybody else, your partners. And I'm glad that we can add a bit to your campaign.
No, it's appreciated. Thanks again for the time and for the opportunity.
Have a great evening further.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And folks, do not waste time. If you get into the website, you'll realize that the closing date is very, very near. There's only 10 opportunities. I hope you who are on our platform, even if it's one of you who makes it, I'll be the happiest person on earth. But doesn't matter. If it's any SME, anywhere they are, I'd like to celebrate them. That's what we do on this platform. The guys on Instagram, I did explain that the interview with the quickie is already on IGTV. Go check it there. We were not necessarily lost on the platform. That's how we did it earlier. And also, guys, can I please repeat this? The ad that we place and we tell you to do your own ad to place on our platform for free says, please send us a tape. Why do you send us 3,000 words thesis on our WhatsApp page? Just send us a tape. That's all we need. Don't send us a thesis. Take that phone, make it look at you, and just talk for a minute about your business and contact details. I promise we run everyone. You see, unlike these professionals, we don't even want it to be done professionally. Just point the phone at yourself and do it, and we'll play it uncensored, as long as it does not insult anybody and you are fully dressed. So tomorrow is Wisdom Wednesday. We hope you join us for more wisdom on this show. Thank you very much, Frederick. That's a good show. Sometimes you undo yourself, you really outdo yourself. From me, Rems Mabote, good night and God bless.
We know it's a tough time for all entrepreneurs, so let's lend a hand. Talk with Rams Live gives you an opportunity to advertise your business. Send us a 60-second video describing your business to 067 271 8239.
Good day, my name is Bongitlele.
Sanemanani, ngontomezinhla wakamodis.
Everyone, this is Bathabile Mumeki.
Hi, my name's Alon Reyes.
Or else, uzoitola kanjani. We